On a dark night, Faris drove his car through the streets of Nazareth. Suddenly, a mysterious woman wearing a veil opened the car door and sat beside him. She asked him to take her to Kafir, and despite his astonishment, he agreed. During the journey, she told him she was his fate and that she knew everything about him, which aroused both his curiosity and fear. When they reached their destination, she left him a small skull and departed. Faris tried to forget the experience, but his curiosity drove him to seek her out again. He found her once more, and she asked him to take her to Beersheba. On the way, they were chased by the police, but a mysterious force prevented them from approaching. They arrived in the desert, where Yasmin asked him to stop. Suddenly, they were surrounded by wolves. Faris felt fear, but Yasmin reassured him with her mysterious powers. At dawn, the wolves disappeared, and Yasmin vanished with them, leaving Faris alone in the desert with the skull she had left behind. Faris remained puzzled about Yasmin and her role in his life, certain that this mysterious encounter would remain an unsolvable mystery. After that mysterious night, Faris returned to Nazareth, trying to return to his normal life, but he could not forget Yasmin and her strange skull. Every time he looked at the skull, he felt a shiver run down his spine and remembered her glowing red eyes under the veil. Days passed, and Faris lived in a whirlpool of curiosity and fear. He decided to return to the place where Yasmin had disappeared, hoping to find answers to his questions. When he reached the desert again, it was night. Faris felt her presence before he saw her, and indeed, she appeared from the shadows as if she had never left. In a calm tone, she said to him, "I knew you would return. Curiosity always draws humans toward the unknown." Faris replied with a voice full of hesitation, "I couldn't forget you or what happened. I want to know the truth." Yasmin smiled and said, "The truth, Faris, is not always what you want, but I will reveal part of it to you." She slowly lifted her veil, revealing her beautiful, radiant face. A beam of red light emanated from her eyes, making Faris step back in fear. "I am not an ordinary human. I am a curse, and fate has chosen you to be part of this story. The skull you carry is a key to understanding many secrets, but the price is your life." Faris realized he was caught in a game bigger than he had imagined. "What do you want from me?" he asked in a trembling voice. Yasmin answered, "You must take the skull to its rightful place, in the depths of the ancient cemetery in Kafir. There, you will find the answers." The final adventure of Faris began, with Yasmin by his side. That night, they entered the cemetery and walked among the graves until they reached an old tomb. Yasmin placed the skull in its rightful place, and suddenly, the ground began to shake and the sky rained fire. Yasmin approached Faris and said, "The curse has been lifted, but fate has written you a different end." In an instant, Yasmin disappeared, and Faris found himself in another world, surrounded by glowing spirits and whispering voices telling stories of the past. Faris realized that his life had changed forever and that he had become a guardian of ancient secrets, living between two worlds, carrying with him a curse that found its way into his heart and changed his destiny forever. As Faris stood in this mysterious world, spirits began to gather around him. They whispered secrets of the past, and each whisper filled his mind with images and events he had never experienced.